So now we are at the gates of the Diocletian's palace, and we're entering one area of the Diocletian's palace. We're entering the catacombs here, as you can see, and on the outside is the split Croatia, center of Dalmatia, the capital. Okay, so this is the exterior of what's left of the Diocletian's palace. And the Roman Emperor Diocletian. So now we're going to eat and drink here. Okay, so now we're entering the bottom, practically the catacombs of the Diocletian's palace. There we go. UNESCO protected. And this is the continuation of the video I made regarding Pula, Croatia, so this would be a century or two after. It was started by Emperor Diocletian in 200s, so about 280 something Anno Domini. It's around 290 possibly. It's unknown exactly when, but give or take around 290 AD. And the formation was ordered by Emperor Diocletian, who was one of the last pagan emperors of Rome, around 290 AD, to be built in what was then Spalato, close to Salona, which was also the hometown birthplace of Diocletian, who was born, I believe, in 245 AD. And he ordered a humongous palace on the coast from Salona, in this kind of like a small little peninsula, Spalatium, back in 290. So let's say the first part of the formation of the palace was done, give or take, about 295 AD. So let's say right around 295, so right around 300. So end of 3rd century, beginning 4th century, it was completed as technically a personal palace of Emperor Diocletian, Caesar Diocletian himself, but also as a military garrison for the Roman legions. And this is the other side. So it's mixed with that you can see, between so split this kind of like what you might call it, a pretty busy area for there's a lot of hotels and stuff like that, and restaurants all over. So it's kind of busier than Dubrovnik. Dubrovnik is insanely full, but I would say Split is a little bit more fiery than Dubrovnik. So we're back in the catacombs area, and then here you have the stairs going up into the interesting thing about Diocletian's palace compared to, like the Roman arena and Pula and etc., is the fact that, compared to Roman arena in the Colosseum, there's about 6 Roman arenas left, whereas there's really only one, Diocletian's palace. So now we are on the interior leftover side of the Diocletian's palace, what's left of it. And so here you have 476 AD. There we go. Actually, I used some of the guys from here in Dubrovnik and Pula, some reenactors actually, to be in my films that I shot about 10 years ago or something. So, but it's a very Roman ambience here, as you can see. And so here we have the interior of the palace itself. which means some formations that are being reconstructed as we speak. But well, so now we'll be going into okay. Okay, now we're going into the interior section of what used to be a personal palace to the Emperor Diocletian. And we have here. So yeah, this was, it was a big deal. I mean, this was literally the administrative capital of the Roman Empire during the period of Diocletian, because Diocletian literally did everything from here, lived here. I mean, he would probably go to Rome maybe once or twice a year to do the basics, but everything was for the entire Roman Empire in the late 3rd, early 4th century was actually, so later Roman Empire was actually done here. And then here you have the interior, okay, and then you can see, and then so there's some reconstructions being done. Also, so a lot of these crucial emperors, the later Roman Empire, were crucial in bringing back their private houses here. It's mixed with private houses and then monument stuff. But one interesting thing is, so it was really, Diocletian being the last pagan Caesar emperor. So yeah, the one that fed, well, not funny, but fed Christians to the lions and etc. Yeah, so that we had. And then with end of Diocletian came his son Constantine. Emperor Constantine, who was born not too far from here, I believe in today's Serbia, I think. Nicia, ancient Nicia. I have to don't quote me for that. I think so. But anyways, after Diocletian's death. So after Diocletian's death in, I believe, 311 or 312 AD, began, there we go, the Croatian flag. See, it's very, very Croatian here in Dalmatia, in southern Dalmatia. It's a good thing, actually, I think, as a Croatian veteran, technically. But, yeah, so as Diocletian, the last pagan emperor, died, the Edict of Milan was made in 317, so 317 AD, which was the first time that the Christianity that was formerly banned was legal. So the outlawed Christians became legal, soon to be the main religion of Rome, which would follow the Council of Nicaea of 325 AD. So in my movie 476 AD, we talk about all that. The Council of Nicaea and the fourth Council of Chalcedon in 451, where the first formation of, call it, Catholicism was made, which would later become Roman Catholicism some 500-600 years later during the Great Schism of 1054 AD, where Eastern Orthodoxy and Roman Catholicism became what it was. But before that, there was no Roman Catholics. It was actually only Catholic or Catholicos. The Christian Church in Rome, where, yeah, as I said, the decision was made in 451 in the Council of Chalcedon, which was Constantinople, the Asian side of Bosporus, the Asian side of what is today's Istanbul. So that's where decision for Christianity being in Rome, which would later become Holy Roman Empire and so forth and etc. after 476 AD, and then Charlemagne 800 AD and so forth and so forth. But anyways, so we're going. So one interesting thing about this the Diocletian's palace, it's full of little streets and stuff like that. It's both kind of a museum, but also personal. It's full of stuff like that. So Split is very picturesque, and but yeah, it is. You can definitely feel the Roman vibe, Roman, call it essence here. With kind of reminds me of the movie Spartacus from. It's my father, my father, čača, kao što je moj čača znao reći, evo snima mali video, tako, a gdje je moj mali? Ti si moj čača, a gdje, ja sam čača malo koga nema. Anyway, this was the Diocletian's palace, and there we go. And tu smo svi. Okay, and the Roman emperors. Yeah, ja sam upotrebio vas, ali ne znam da su bili vi isplitali ove reenaktore iz Pule i par mjesta u mom filmu. Ja sam snimio film o Rimskom carstvu, da. 80, pa mislim, na Amazon Prime je 476, stvarno dobro, 2 su djela. Da, i to smo snimali posvuda. Uglavnom u Puli, u Americi, tako, i u Rimu neke scene, ali nismo nikad u Splitu došli. Da, anyways, that's that. Ajde. Ćao.